Now from Richmond with Melissa Chase and friends. Local trends, local dining, exploring our community. This is Showcase on 8, presented by Window Depot of Richmond.
Welcome to Showcase. I'm Melissa Chase.
And I'm Nia McMillan.
And multi-Grammy winning singer and actress Ariana Grande has announced to fans this week that she is going to be taking a, quote, step back from visibility for a little while after she finishes up the last stops on her Eternal Sunshine tour next month.
That's right. Fans have expressed concern for the singer's health based purely on speculation and appearance, although Ariana herself has not shared any public information indicating that.
Nia, can I be real? I think it's so gross that fans assume they can diagnose any celebrity with any condition just watching them. I mean, think about Ariana Grande, for example. She went through a bombing happening at one of her concerts. She had the death of a very serious boyfriend of hers. She has a crazy schedule. She's on tour. She just put out new music. She's got her acting schedule. She has been doing this since she was 16 years old on Nickelodeon. Give the woman a break.
When you go through that catalog, it really puts into perspective just how much, work she's put in. And like you said, since 16, that's almost 2 decades, if not more than that.
Exhausting. Also, looks can be deceiving. We have no idea what's going on. I still remember the time I physically looked the best and got the most compliments. I was the most miserable inside. I was sad. I was having trouble at work. You can't tell how someone is. So all we say is, we hope that whatever she finds in her happiness, she finds in her happiness.
Yeah, and stop being so parasocial, y'all.
Exactly. Well, coming up on Showcase today, there have been a lot of questions about how weight loss does affect bone health for a lot of people. And so we brought in a medical professional to join us and answer some of those questions.
That's right. First, though, let's grab a quick check of the weather in the 8 News studio.
Osteoporosis and bone health used to be a topic that women didn't talk about until their senior years. But a lot of changes in the medical world mean women in their 40s and 50s need to be a part of that discussion to help us live our best lives. So joining us is Dr. Anna Dumont, founder of OsteoWell. All right, I have so many questions for you because a lot of women now are using GLP-1s now. They're doing Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound, all of those medications for weight loss. Is this affecting people's bone health?
For sure, it definitely is. It is good for the right type of patients for sure. So we started using these medications for diabetes and for weight loss, which it does work, but it does affect the bone health, which is what we need to talk about, having a true conversation with your physician about starting any of these medications. It causes a decrease in muscle mass, and that's what happens, and that affects the bones. So it actually increases the bone loss too as well. So for the right patients, it does work. Great medication, but I will never say a medication is a miracle drug, because it does take work.
It also sounds like it's doing those where you can just go online and order random things without consulting a doctor are not a great way to do it because of exactly what you're saying.
Exactly, because of all the side effects. And of course, working with your physician and myself to talk about your diet and your wellness, which is more important on top of that as well.
How about hormone replacement therapy? Because we hear a lot of people swear by it. Your body feels so great. How does that affect your health of your bones?
Amen. I'm glad we're talking about this. This is so important because in November, they actually took the black box warning off of hormone replacements. There was a study done years ago, and we're finding out that no, it actually does help. So the hormone replacement, the estrogen, the progesterone, does help with bone building.
Okay, so it helps. It doesn't hurt for this one.
It doesn't hurt.
Interesting.
Absolutely. So more importantly, we should start giving it to help with bone strength. And it helps with our perimenopause symptoms, you know, those brain fog, the hot flashes, the irritability, the sleep, and the joint pain. So many women don't realize that a lot of their symptoms can be fixed with hormones.
Interesting. Now, I have a question for you because I feel like when I was little and for a lot of people, we would have milk at every meal. We were just gulping milk all the time, and our parents would say, it makes your bones strong. A lot of us have kind of gotten away from doing that, and I don't know that everybody even does that with their kids now. What can we actually do to improve our bone health since that might not be the option a lot of people are doing?
Right. And a fun fact here to give you is most Asian people are lactose intolerant by the age of 40.
Oh, wow.
So I myself have a hard time digesting the actual calcium.
So that's not even an option.
That is not even an option.
Right.
So doing the calcium and vitamin D supplementation, which is so important, is taking that vitamin D to bring that calcium out of the blood into your bones.
Gotcha.
So that is the important key to taking your calcium. A lot of supplements, a lot of food that we can get it in, but more importantly to build your bone is the weight-bearing exercises.
Okay, this is great advice. These are a lot of things I don't think most of us have really ever connected those pieces on. You've made a whole career out of being able to offer advice like this. So if you want to learn more about OsteoWell of Virginia, you can find out more. Anna's got a lot more advice to be able to help you be your strongest and your best. You can do telemedicine and home visits as well. OsteoWellva.com. RVA.com. You can also follow on social media to learn more. I have learned a lot today. I think also one of the big things is that getting medical advice is the best way to do that. Don't just order online and pray for the best. OsteoWellVA.com to find out more. Thank you so much for these tips.
You're welcome. Thank you.
The following portion of Showcase is sponsored by FH Fur. We love when our local businesses truly support our community, and that's exactly what FH Fur is doing with their scholarship program. Joining us to share how you can apply and to learn more about it is Nathan Sable from FH Fur and Ian Berry from Monumental Honor. So Nathan, tell us, why is FH Fur so proud to partner with Monumental Honor, and how does that tie in with the work that you all do?
Well, FH Fur is, we believe in service to our community, and we're always looking for organizations that help us do that. Mm-hmm. Ian and I were both Global War on Terrorism veterans, and we're always looking for ways to support the veteran community. And when Ian was telling me that Richmond, Virginia has 9 Medal of Honor recipients that were born and lived in Richmond, I felt like not a lot of people knew that. I knew one Medal of Honor recipient, Jimmy Monteith. My mother-in-law lived next door to him, and I knew about him, but I didn't know about the other 8. And I want to make sure that Richmonders know about these Medal of Honor recipients, and we want to tell their story, and we want Richmond to know about their lives and the values they stood for.
I think that's incredible. Also, I didn't know it was that many people here locally too, so I love that you're sharing that awareness. Ian, tell us about Monumental Honor's mission and how you're also paying tribute to James Mifflin.
Yeah, sure, thank you. So what Monumental Honor does is, through scholarships in public arts, we honor the legacy of local recipients to unite communities and then develop the future. And we do that. So far we have 4 scholarships stood up. Thanks to FH Fur, will be our 4th one for James Mifflin, who was a engineer's cook in the Navy. And so we thought, how better to honor someone that was an engineer's cook, sort of a trades position, than to give a scholarship that is to a trades person. And so that's what we're partnering together to do.
That is incredible. So tell us about someone who is focused on the trade skills, how they can get involved in this scholarship.
Well, they can apply. We have a website for them to apply on. Mm-hmm. And we're looking for people that really want to learn about these Medal of Honor recipients, the values they stood for, their service. And we want to get a new generation into the trades, mm-hmm. Because we believe that the trades is the future. Our founder, Floyd Fur, was a Marine Corps veteran. He started a plumbing company out of his pickup truck, and it changed his life, and we know it can change other people's lives as well.
That is incredible. And tell us about, for people who are interested in applying, what are those qualifications that you're looking for that really embody the people that you're looking to honor?
Yeah, sure. So what we're looking for is someone who is pursuing Medal of Honor values. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that's really unique about these individuals is that in the moment that they chose to sacrifice, they showed either commitment or integrity or resilience and those sorts of things. And so we're looking for someone who shows that and demonstrates that while pursuing the trades.
I think that's fantastic. I know you're going to have a lot of applicants, so we wish everybody the best of luck for their applying. And thank you to FH Fur for what you guys are doing with this. I think it's absolutely incredible. You can learn more about the FH Fur and the 2026 James Mifflin Scholarship. Visit FHFur.com. You can call 804-210-5853 and of course follow on social media as well. Thank you both so much for being here today and for what you're doing. And the preceding portion of Showcase was sponsored by FH Fur. The following portion of Showcase is sponsored by Scoop Brothers. Whether you're constantly on the go, helping an aged loved one care for a beloved pet, getting your home ready for guests, or simply looking to cross one more chore off your list, there's a local business making life a little easier, one clean yard at a time. Scoop Brothers offers residential and commercial pet waste removal, and owners Jennifer and Tom Hagee are joining us to share why their service offers so much more. Jennifer, we live in this world where people do, clicking for groceries, and they have people come to help out with the house, and you buy frozen dinners, just anything to make time easier. Is that one of the reasons why your service is so successful for people?
It is. It's about checking one more thing off your list. It's also about making sure that your yard is clean. And when we were, Tom and I were talking earlier today about, I think people, especially since COVID, they're using their yards more. Mm-hmm. We see a lot of fire pits and even fireplaces. the yard has become an extension of the house, really. And we have, retirees that just want to enjoy the patio. We've got families that they want to be able to set their kids in the backyard and not have to worry about them stepping in something.
Yes, and that's one of the best parts about being in Virginia, right? Like we have all this beautiful weather year round for people to enjoy their space.
Yes.
So tell us about, what are some of the services that people do get for this?
Well, you can get a one-time cleanup. Like we had a client that was moving out of their house, and the wife and the kids were already gone. The husband was in the house, and they needed the yard cleaned up before they moved out. We also have weekly customers who we keep their yard clean on a weekly basis. A couple of them are avid gardeners, and they want to be able to go out there and garden and not have to worry about cleaning up before they garden.
Right.
And then also, like I mentioned, the families, the kids, they've got their swing set in the backyard. Parents want to be able to send the kids out there to play and not
keep it safe and clean.
Safe and clean.
Tom, I've heard that there's even realtors that will call you guys and say, hey, I've got a house showing and I want to make sure everything is really clean. Is that true?
Well, it's definitely, I think, a great opportunity for us to partner with realtors. We've had a couple of realtors that we've reached out to. They've been really helpful in helping us understand how to grow the business. It's a very neighborhood-based business, and so there's definitely an opportunity there for realtors to partner with us to help them if they want to show off a house or help their clients out if either they're selling or buying.
Yeah, and even neighborhoods, right? Setting up waste removal stations with HOAs to be able to do that. You guys serve really everybody.
Yes, we actually just had a call the other day from a man named Ted, who's, I think, the president of his HOA, and he'd had some residents say, people aren't picking up their waste. So we sent him a quote for installing a couple pet waste stations and also servicing them weekly.
It's perfect. You guys are helping a lot of people, keeping places clean and giving back time. So if you're located in the greater Richmond area and you're interested in learning more about Scoop Brothers for yourself or your business, check them out at scoopbrothers.com. This segment of Showcase was brought to you by Scoop Brothers.
Sometimes heroes really do wear capes, or at least a Spider-Man suit. That's what happened for today's Something to Smile About.
An Arkansas man was driving home after working a superhero event at a trampoline park when he spotted someone in a wheelchair struggling to cross a busy 6-lane road.
And without hesitation, this version of Spider-Man you can see on your screen there jumped out of his Jeep, rushed over, and safely pushed the man across the street to safety before traffic started up again. Now, the heartwarming moment was caught on camera, and the internet quickly showed him love as the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that we all know and love.
I love this story so much, but I do have a question.
Okay, what is it? Shoot.
So the new Spider-Man movie just came out.
Yes, and I've seen it.
But do you think this is a real story, or Nia, do you think that this was maybe some brilliant marketing for Spider-Man?
Now, as easy as it could be to believe that, I really do think this is real. Now, it's kind of ironic that his Jeep was also red. It kind of matches the whole thing.
I'm just saying, it's brilliant if that's what they did.
I will say, Spider-Man fans are really Spider-Man fans and take it to that level, so I believe them.
Okay, well, a feel-good story for you for sure.
Now, we may never know the truth behind that, but let's get you some superhero-size savings right now and do some shopping with epic discounts. So did you know that Americans eat an estimated 1 million chocolate s'mores each year? And today, I think we should all have one because it's National S'mores Day.
Yes, I love s'mores. We go camping all the time and make them. I do have a hack for you, though, for the best tasting s'mores. You don't have to just do graham crackers as like the outside cookie part. You can use whatever you want to. In our family, this is what we do. This is ours from camping last weekend.
No
you can
way.
Do those fudge stripe cookies adds more chocolate. So if you have someone who's not a graham cracker fan, you can do that. And also, people use like the regular Hershey chocolate. You don't have to. You could do, if you like peanut butter and chocolate, you could put a Reese's cup inside.
That's the hack that I've seen. So I like cookies and cream Hershey bars, and so I still haven't tried it, but I want to try it with the cookies and cream Hershey on the inside. I feel like that would be like the ultimate s'more.
That would be really good. I can only eat like one at a time though. Like, I don't know. For some reason, after I have one s'more, I'm like, I don't want any s'mores.
Really? Oh,
no s'mores.
I can chuck them back.
How many can you do?
I think I can do like 4 s'mores in a row.
4 s'mores in a row?
Yeah, like I don't know. That was when I was a camper though. Like I was a kid.
Okay.
I don't know if my metabolism.
I think we'll make a bunch of s'mores. We got a full working kitchen here in the
Showcase. You know what?
studio.
And I always am craving s'mores, so maybe we should do
We'll try it next week. Well, when you're ready to to take off the camping gear and making s'mores, maybe you want to get glammed up a little bit, there is a fabulous event coming up, and it's for a great cause too.
We got to learn more about the Ronald McDonald House Red Shoe Rendezvous and how it will help hospital patients and their families right here in Richmond.
You're watching Showcase on 8, presented by Window Depot of Richmond.
You know the saying, there's no place like home, but when a child is in the hospital, home can feel really far away. And that's where the Ronald McDonald House steps in to give families comfort and support in times of need. Joining us to share more about their incredible work and their gala is Emily Tolson, CEO of Ronald McDonald House Richmond. Thank you for being here. You guys do amazing things. For someone who doesn't know about all the work you all do with your team, tell us a little bit about your mission locally.
Sure. So Ronald McDonald House has been serving families in Richmond for 46 years.
Wow.
And we started as the house on Monument Avenue, providing a home away from home for families that had child receiving care in Richmond hospitals. And since then, we've expanded our services. So we now have an in-hospital house inside the Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU. And then we serve many other hospital partners with programs inside the hospital, meeting families that need us.
They do need you too. It is
Yes.
quite a lot. Why do you feel like the work of Ronald McDonald House Richmond is so important for that whole comprehensive patient and family care?
Sure. Well, the mission of Ronald McDonald House is really to alleviate the financial and logistical burdens that come along with having a child in the hospital. It is a very challenging, difficult, scary time for families. And our goal is to take care of the family and provide them the comfort and support and care that they need so that they can focus on getting their child better.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at that time, and you guys taking that stress off of families so that they can just focus on their child is really, really important. You have your Red Shoe Rendezvous coming up, which is so exciting. I had the best time last year. Tell us about what we're going to be doing for that and also what that money that's going to be raised is going to go towards.
Sure. So the Red Shoe Rendezvous Gala is our biggest fundraising event of the year. We like to think that every year we're kind of raising the bar.
I don't know how you're going to raise it from last year. You had a cake drop down from the ceiling.
It was pretty special. This year's theme is the Secret Garden. Ooh. So we will transport guests into a very magical candlelit evening filled with surprises that will bloom around every corner, and we will, feature a really special dinner experience, live auction, silent auction, raffle. So it's really sure to be a fun and exciting evening. We have more surprises, but we'll hold off.
I look at you,
You
I
have
know
to come.
so hard you're
You
trying to
come.
keep the secrets that I know that you've been working on. I can tell by your face, Emily. No, this is going to be fantastic. How can we support that mission and get tickets to be a part of it?
Right, so every dollar that is raised at that event will go to directly support the families that we serve. So as I mentioned, our operation runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day of the year. And so we are providing transportation to and from the hospital. We are providing meals around the clock. So all of that support will be
funded by this
event.
You get to have fun.
So,
it's for a great cause.
Yes.
All right,
so our goal is that you come to the event, but you leave feeling like you've really made an impact and you've made a life-changing difference.
Well, it does take the whole community coming together for this, so you can be part of it. The Red Shoe Rendezvous Gala is happening for Ronald McDonald House Richmond, September 11th at Main Street Station. The theme is The Secret Garden. Go online, find out more, and get those tickets today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're here at RVA Katana, and I'm so excited about this place. First of all, tell us, what is a katana?
A katana is a single-edged Japanese sword forged in Japan. Technically, it has to be made in Japan by using traditional methods, but we love it all.
If you're being, we want technical here because we want to learn about this process. Now, your studio here is going from being a training studio into a store. Tell us a little bit about that.
So this is a training space. We've been teaching martial arts here since 2012. And so I teach Wing Chun. Scott here teaches Kenjutsu, which is sword arts. And Natalie, who's working really hard over there, she teaches Shaolin Kung Fu here right now.
Now, why do people have such an interest in katana, and why is it so authentic in what you do? I know you said people have traveled from all over the country to come here.
We say all swords matter, all cultures matter. We don't care where you're from. There's a sword in your history. You're probably close to a culture with swords. You know, tell me about that. The more we learn about each other, we think bigotry and prejudice fall aside, and we think people love the heraldry, history, and heritage of swords. It tells a story. Why they use them, how they make them, who are they fighting, why were they fighting. And when you realize another culture has gone through the same thing as your own, you're more aligned to accept somebody and not merely tolerate them. And I think a lot of people echo that sentiment. So they love swords. It's either an aesthetic, or they identify with it from their origin culture, or it's just something cool and they're into it, or they're a practitioner, sword art practitioner, and they're really into it. So we have swords from Africa, Asia, Europe, the Americas. We just, all swords matter. We just love swords. You had me at sword.
Yeah,
so.
I can tell. This is fascinating to me. Now, how many different styles of swords are there, or is it just countless?
Well, every culture, Africa probably has the most unique styles of swords, but there's Asian swords, Chinese swords, Japanese swords, lots of European swords. It's ad nauseum. So many cultures have swords in their history.
What are you holding right now?
This, maybe John can help me with this one. This one's a
600-year-old tachi. This was a sword that was used from horseback. You can notice how thin it is and how deeply curved it is. So this one is 600 years old. Would you like to hold it?
Yeah, I do want to hold it.
So there's a way to actually pass this on safely. I'm going to hold it two hands. I want you to take that hand there. All right. You're holding
something that's 600 years old. It really puts our 250 years of history into perspective.
It absolutely does. I mean, I get the fascination because this is so incredible. Tell me about the safety, and I'm sure that that's a big priority for you guys as well. As I hold this, knowing my mom is watching, going, put the sword down, Melissa.
I'll take it. So basically, when anyone comes in, we give them the safety spiel. It's basically saying you always control by the handle. They can slip out of the scabbards. If they slip out of the scabbard, jump away. Don't try to catch it because you're going to lose a finger.
Yeah.
When you put the sword back into the scabbard, don't slam it back in. There are very safe ways to do that. Also, the way you pull it out, if people are looking at it, you don't pull as if you're going to draw on somebody, but rather you're going to just break it and then ease it out ever so slowly. We do not let people take it out all the way in shop. They can take it about that far to look at it. And if they want to see a sword in its entirety, we will show it to them.
Absolutely. And tell us about some of the classes that you offer, the workshops, so that people could get involved.
I teach a classical Japanese sword art that was founded in the 1300s, early 1300s. So I teach Japanese history, language, culture, philosophy. I have native Japanese studying with me. I take students to Japan every year for a couple weeks. It's really, really fun.
That is amazing. I am also super distracted at looking at how this space has now been transformed into a sword. How many do you think you keep on hand right now?
About 800 different types of swords, and we have an inventory of about 2,000. In storage spaces.
This is wild. Well, thank you so much for teaching us about all this. And where can we find out more information to shop and to take classes?
RVA-Katana.com.
I need a sword. I actually really need a sword. I've been a long time fan of anime, and so that's where the root of it really comes from for me. And I love when they would take the sword out just barely and then cut up the fruit or do their final move and then tuck it back in, and then somehow it was catastrophic. You can see I have a love for katanas.
I feel like you were exactly the person why they teach the safety classes for, because you're watching all the anime stuff and you're like, I could totally do that. Whoosha! And slice off your hand. So they do teach safety and best practices, but they also were showing us that they have a bunch of replicas from different movies and anime, and if you loved whatever, all these different kinds of shows, One Piece or House of the Dragon, and they make replica versions that people have to either use or to put up. We'll go back there. It was so much fun.
Especially for a cosplay. Oh yeah, for sure.
I shouldn't be holding them, but I trust you to be safe about it.
Thank you.
Well, one of the most famous sword-carrying heroes in the movies, definitely Wesley from the Princess Bride movie.
Really?
He's amazing. Yeah.
I was thinking Blade, but there's him too. Well, there's going to be a special event to show the movie and actually meet actor Cary Elwes.
I know, I love him, and I'm very nervous because I'm going to be emceeing the event.
Oh,
so they're going to show the movie, and then we're going to talk to him. We got a chance to sit down with Sally from Dominion Energy Center to learn all about it and how you can get tickets to join us. The following portion of Showcase is sponsored by Dominion Energy Center. It's inconceivable to think that you may not know about a really fun event for the Princess Bride movie fans. Joining us today to share about an event more exciting than the love of Wesley and Buttercup is Sally Anthony with Dominion Energy Center and Altria Theater. All right, everyone is talking about this in my friend group. What is Princess Bride, an inconceivable evening with Cary Elwes?
So you might just think it's a movie, but it's not just that. So it is a movie screening of The Princess Bride, but the coolest thing about this type of event is that you get a Q&A experience with Cary Elwes himself. So with Wesley himself, I think that's really neat, and you also get to experience the screening and the Q&A with hundreds of other fans of the movie. So I think that's just not the same as streaming it from home.
No, definitely not the same. And let me ask you this. So my husband's favorite movie is Princess Bride, and he has to say all the lines along with all the characters. Is that encouraged or discouraged in this screening? Just so we're all on the same page.
I think it's encouraged. Okay. Yeah, I think audience participation is definitely encouraged. And I think it'll be super exciting to hear kind of behind the scenes, interesting factoids that maybe have not been heard by the public yet. And Cary is traveling to multiple markets, so you might hear something different in Richmond.
I think that's going to be really interesting because especially the time when they filmed The Princess Bride, I think a lot of us grew up watching it as kids. We didn't know as much about it. And I know that we've gotten to watch it since we've gotten older with our kids now. And you watch it as an adult with a totally fresh perspective. Also, you realize how many celebrities were in the movie in the first place, right?
I know. It's got some really notable folks. And just like you mentioned, I think it's a fun girls' night out or date night, but it's also fun. You can bring your kids to enjoy as a whole family.
And if they've never seen The Princess Bride, that's okay because we're going to be screening the movie first.
Exactly.
Now, do fans get a chance to interact with Cary?
Yes, so during the Q&A, he will be asking or taking questions from the audience directly. So you might get a chance to ask him a question yourself.
I have questions about the eels and filming that scene because it did give me a little bit of heart palpitations as a kid. But it's such a cool event. I love that you guys are doing this. It's such a special experience for fans. What made you guys decide that this was the kind of event you wanted to bring to Richmond?
Yeah, so we definitely bring a lot of in-concert and movie screening experiences. This one, we knew that Cary would do well in the Richmond market, which that is to be true. There are limited tickets for this event, so if you're interested, secure yours today, dominionenergycenter.com. But yeah, the Dominion Energy Center was originally a movie theater, so anytime we bring events like this back to the venue, it is such a special kind of homage. And it's, like I said, it's not just a movie. It's a fun for the whole family, and you'll get that personal fan experience.
Make sure you grab those tickets. Limited ones still available, dominionenergycenter.com. And the preceding portion of Showcase was brought to you by Dominion Energy Center. I'm so excited for it. I'm so nervous, Nia. I don't usually get nervous because I'm going to be on stage with Cary Elwes, who I love from Princess Bride and all these other movies, and he was on Psych. He's so cool, and I don't know, I'm nervous about asking him questions. I ordered a Princess Bride shirt that I'm going to bedazzle. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I think you should wear it. But you've talked to plenty of famous people, John Legend. So I think
I get nervous over not the Mariah Carey top, you know what I mean, top tier Ariana Grande, whatever. It's one level below that where I get super nervous because they're so relatable.
Yes.
And so that's where I have a hard time sometimes.
That I completely understand. That was kind of like me and Damon Wayans Jr.
Yes.
Except
you guys were besties, by the way, when he was on.
I was like, is this my brother from another mother?
By the way, if you've missed it, we've got it on WRIC Plus. You can check it out. He is so great with them.
Thank you. Well, speaking of great stories, author and Petersburg native Maria Chevelle joins us up to talk about her new book, which I had the opportunity of discussing with her. I loved it. It was a Black dystopian book, which is also my favorite genre. So I was happy to hear about all of the different characters in her book, the setting. It takes place in part in Egypt, and it was kind of based on Louisiana culture, which I also love because it has so much history. It's so rich in history and culture. And so I asked her about, what her inspo was, and she said kind of the deep African American culture, tying that in with the ancient Egypt. So it was really cool.
Enjoy.
Now, generations before us can leave us with a sense of wisdom and purpose. And here to tell us why legacy is so important is Editor-in-Chief of Chevelle and Publishing, Maria Chevelle, who's discussing her new book and how she's created a network to boost author recognition. Maria, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
We're so happy to have you, and I can't wait to talk about this book. First, can you tell us a little bit about your new book and its storyline?
Yeah, absolutely. So Daughters of the Sun, True Origin of the Phoenix is about 5 generations generations. So we're talking legacy. So just imagine like a sci-fi meets faith-based with also mythology elements. And it also talks about like how a generational curse can show up in the bloodline. So we're talking betrayal, love, redemption, all the things.
And we were talking a little bit before this, but I actually really like sci-fi world building and kind of dystopian stuff like that. Does your book kind of fall in line with that, or does it take a different route?
It actually does. So it's so funny because it has roots from Egypt and then also Louisiana, and there's all these different timelines that kind of merge together.
Yeah.
And so we're talking the dynasties, so we're going back.
And so why were those two places in particular important for you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you. I wanted to like really just capture, I don't know, the book was compared to like a Queen Sugar setting, and that's really what I was going for.
Nice.
Like that bayou type of like, you know, vibe. And then also like Egypt, you know, that's where it all began. You know, there's so many mysteries and fun things to kind of dig back into. So I wanted to combine those two elements together.
And I love that because you're right, Egypt does have such a rich history and a lot of it undiscovered. And I feel like a lot of times, especially, you know, when we're creating books, not just for the Black community, but honestly mythological books in general, they feature a lot of that, you know, kind of Egyptian element because of that rich history. And I like what you said about Louisiana too, because it does have very deep roots, especially for the Black community. Was that very important for you to include?
It was. And also the women in the book kind of remind me of like, you know, like Creoles with the different type of genes and different things like that. So they have this white hair and the different color eyes and just a lot of fun. So I just really wanted to dig deep and have a lot of fun with this, and connecting those two were important for me.
I love that. So can you tell us about the iPublish Awards you've created, and what is it, and how will it highlight self-published authors?
Yeah, absolutely. So with iPublish Awards, I thought it was so important. I've been writing for like over maybe 15 plus years, and as a self-published author, a lot of times there are not a lot of recognition opportunities, and so I love writing. I love the creativity that authors bring, and I want to be able to highlight them as well. So I just wanted something local and also just grassroots efforts to be able to just recognize and get their book out there more as well.
Yeah, I love that. I really do love hearing about that. Now, how do submissions work for the authors? You know, how are they able to enter?
Yeah, so they will go to my website, which is chevelleco.com, and there will be a link where they would submit their registration and then more things to follow, so it'll prompt them. And then submissions will need to be in by September. We'll do like a Reader's Choice style type of award show. So.
I love that. Now you heard that, folks, so all you authors out there, go ahead and do that. They're now open from September 30th, and winners will be announced this December. You can learn more about this at chevelleco.com, and Maria's new book will be available on Amazon, so you can go ahead and check that out there. Thank you so much for joining us.
The following portion of Showcase is sponsored by Commonwealth Senior Living. Your loved ones deserve more than just a place to stay. They deserve a place to thrive, and with the fun they're having at Commonwealth Senior Living, they're showing you that you can still add spice to your life, literally and figuratively. Joining us today is our friend Tiffany Hartman and Chef Siobhan Nathaniel. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So let me ask you, because when people think about aging, sometimes I think there's like this stereotype like they're giving up, it's the end of the road. But why is Commonwealth Senior Living changing that conversation and encouraging older adults to actually healthy age and get more active?
Of course. So we talk about bringing more flavor, right, through the food, but also more connections and more meaningful relationships, which makes the difference between living and really thriving.
Now, food is obviously important for nutrition, but you also say it's about more than that. It's the connection, it's the community. How does dining create that?
Certainly. So coming together and breaking bread is pretty sacred. Tasting different flavors and food that Siobhan creates and our other dining service directors create can evoke memories of the past, family recipes, all sorts of special times that can be shared with others.
This smells so good. Siobhan, can you tell us a little bit about what you have here today?
Yes, I can. Today we have a chicken cacciatore over buttered Parmesan noodles, fresh vegetable zucchinis, and garden spring salad, and our famous pineapple bundt cake.
This looks so good. And I know that it's really important to use fresh and locally sourced ingredients. Why do you put so much care into the food that you prepare?
Because fresh vegetables is the heart of the soul.
Yes.
And it comes straight from the farmer's market. So fresh is better than canned and frozen and things like that. So we try to strive for more fresh.
Absolutely, and you're sharing that with residents, not just only in the meals they eat, but with a special event, August 11th and 18th. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. So we invite folks to RSVP, come learn about how you can add spice to your life by visiting our communities, attending these offsite seminars, and we will educate you and hopefully encourage loved ones who might be on the line to take that leap of faith and join us for a meal or hopefully long term.
I think that's fantastic. You guys do so many great programs, by the way, all the time at Commonwealth Senior Living. And I did hear, by the way, that attendees will receive a kit to recreate these meals as well. Is that true?
Absolutely. So Siobhan and I talked about the kitchen really being kind of the heart of the home. And so these kits will make it so that folks can replicate what we offer and what we educate them in their own space as well.
Well, it's going to be a great time. You do want to RSVP to make sure that you can get in for Adding Spice to Your Life, Recipe to Healthy Aging. That happens August 11th and August 18th. For details and to get your RSVP in, make sure you visit commonwealthsl.com/events. That's also where you can go to find out about all the wonderful things happening at Commonwealth Senior Living, all the programs, day in the life, and all of the fun things that y'all have happening there. So I love that you put so much heart and care into this. It's going to be a great event. So 2 dates for that, August 11th and 18th. RSVP, commonwealthsl.com/events. Thank you both so much. And the preceding portion of Showcase was sponsored by Commonwealth Senior Living. Well, we just celebrated 804 Day last week, but will we still get to celebrate it next year because Richmond's got a new area code?
That's right. It's been announced that we are all out of 804 area code phone numbers in Central VA, and now 686 is being introduced as the new number.
How do you feel about this?
So I'm not a native Richmonder, but I know that the 804 area code holds some serious weight.
It does. It does. Now you're 757?
Yeah, I was I'm a proud 757 girly, and thank God we haven't run out of those because it's something about it, the double digits.
You've got it claimed already, so even if
true.
they add more, like, doesn't matter. My feeling is, like, I know we can still be the 804, but, like, also at the same time, I don't know the majority of people's area codes because, like, I've had my same phone number since high school, right?
And your area code is?
804.
Okay.
Right? I'm an OG. But,
okay.
like, the whole thing is, like, you've got everybody's numbers saved in your phone at this point.
That's
Are you
true.
really dialing people's numbers? Do they know? So my daughters, we have one that has an 804 code because she got her phone when we were living here in Richmond, but then we moved to Houston for a few years, and our youngest got her phone, so she's an 832. It's like she's not even part of the family, but no one knows because you're just typing the person's name in your phone.
That's
you
true.
don't know their area code. Does it matter?
That's true, but I do feel like, you know, battle of the area codes is almost going to be like the OGs versus the newcomers, but you're right. Like, what if you have to change your number and you're a native Richmonder, but now you have to go with that 686? I mean,
do you think there's like an underground market for like selling your phone number to someone? Like, say someone moves to Richmond, right? And they're like, I don't want to be 868, I want to be at 804. And I'll be like, I got you, I'll give you my phone number for a certain price point. Maybe that's like a whole, it's like, you know, how they resell tickets for concerts.
I never thought about that, but who knows? Richmond might be having a identity crisis here.
We're still the 804.
Well, thanks for watching Showcase today. We also want to take a moment to thank our presenting sponsor, Window Depot, and we'd also like to take a moment to thank our studio set partners, Brooks Brothers Flooring for the floor, Curated Furnishings for our furniture and decor, Harrison Appliance for the kitchen equipment, and Wheeler's Handyman Service for building our set.
Today, content segments on Showcase were paid for by FH Fur, Scoop Brothers, Dominion Energy Center, and Commonwealth Senior Living. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching today, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Follow us on social to get more behind the scenes. Your news is next.